Hello and thank you for joining us on the last edition of Journalist Hangout this week. I am Binga Oreshegun. Today on the program, Naira rallies to 1,455 Naira per dollar as foreign reserves hit $43 billion. Court remands NURTW chieftain over murder and assault of dispatch rider's death. And later on the show, Southwest governors move to secure state borders as banditry surges in Kwara State. Well, I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade, Utitoju and Dotun Oladipo. Journalist Hangout starts. Now, efforts by the federal government to stabilize the Naira appears to be yielding results. The local currency rallied to 1,455 Naira against the dollar at the official market. Latest figures from the Nigerian foreign exchange market also show that Nigeria's foreign reserves have climbed to $43.05 billion, marking one of the highest levels in recent years. The development comes as monetary authorities continue to implement reforms aimed at strengthening the local currency and restoring investor confidence in the economy. Okay, good news. You know, these are the kind of things I like. Good news all day. But BK, let's talk about the specific reforms or interventions what specific reforms or interventions have had the most impact on the Naira's recent appreciation?
Yeah, the reforms center around the changes that the CBN has instituted. The CBN has been very intentional in making life difficult for manipulators.
Okay.
And one of the big gains that we have seen is the convergence of the rates. We've never had it this good. You know, with the convergence of the rates, speculation on our currency has reduced drastically.
Okay.
Because people used to, when we had multiple rates, different windows for pilgrims, for students going to school abroad, you know, for manufacturers or even drugs, they had their own rate. So these multiple rates did not really help the situation because people would take currency, foreign currency, or the official rate, and then take to the black market to sell.
Okay.
But in a situation in which there's a convergence, the arbitrage has literally been eliminated. And we've also seen steady and incremental crude oil receipts.
Okay.
We've always wanted to see an improvement in our oil output. It's happening now, and that leads to more earnings, more foreign exchange. Then steady remittances.
Diaspora remittances.
Diaspora remittances and even remittances, you know, from the revenue generating agencies.
Okay, MGS,
you know?
okay.
Yes, those are also helping, you know. So I believe that things will continue to get better with improvement, with rising oil reserves. We are in a much better position to intervene in the market, because my own view has always been that you cannot simply leave your currency to the elements.
Forces,
So to the elements. So, and Mr. President said back then that if there is a need to intervene, we will not fail to intervene. So people don't get this. When they say, oh, they are using, even the big countries don't simply leave their currency, you know. So if we have the buffers, it will enable us to intervene. Not this kind of excessive intervention that will draw down our foreign reserves significantly. But there are times when you need, for example, if I were the CBN governor, and I know that at this time of the year, students are returning to school, there will be a huge demand. They are returning to school abroad, there will be a huge demand for forex. You can intervene a little bit so that you can keep things stabilized. We now have a situation in which people can plan. They know that our the Naira value against the dollar will never go so bad as the patutomies of this world had predicted. It will never come to that. The naysayers, the doomsday prophets, some of them now will be ashamed of themselves because they told us that this thing will get to 10,000 Naira to a dollar. Well, some people set up a church. They are going to be spectacular failures.
False prophets.
Spectacular failures, because if you can make this kind of prediction, and it doesn't take so long for people to see that you are not making sense. So I'm happy about the progress, incremental progress that we are making. I still believe that our currency should be stronger than this.
I do too.
And you know what we've seen in the last 2 weeks, what it tells me is that Abdul Samad Isakarabiu's prediction that by December will be on 1,400. It means that prediction, because what's left? Just a matter of 50 Naira, you know? Abi?
Yes,
1,450. So we are close to realizing
that target.
That prediction. So and it's a good thing. We are making progress in many areas, and it's something to be really happy about.
I mean, Dr. to what extent the CBN's recent monetary policy intervention, to what has it contributed to the stabilization of the Nigerian currency?
The CBN has always said it that we should be hopeful. But one other area I'll add to what BQ has mentioned is the fact that even our non-oil exports has risen. What it means is gradually we are returning to exporting, and that means basically we are producing.
Yes.
That's what it means. For the first quarter of the year, it rose to $1.79 billion. And we are talking of billion, and we are talking of dollar, not Naira. And since our rating is dependent on our trade and how much we're able to put in our foreign reserve, this is a good direction in which to move. We need to export more. We can't just be eating all that we produce locally. That's not the way to go, and we cannot afford to also take out all our raw materials without processing, because it's in the processing that you get more money. When we take our cocoa out, they bring us chocolate and all the rest. It's not to our advantage. It's to the advantage of those who have given.
But when we refine,
we do what we need to do.
And we now sell to
the
them.
palm kernel, everything. We add value to it. Even look at wheat. We have abundance. Government is even trying to now streamline some areas where you say, okay, for a bit, don't take this out.
Yes.
Let's manage what we have first.
Okay, now because of our time, now our foreign reserves goes into $43 billion.
It's something to be proud of.
So many Nigerians might not understand. We have this kind of huge amount. What does it mean? But first of all, talk to me. What were the factors that contributed for you to get to that height? And to the layman out there, a huge foreign reserve, what does it mean to the ordinary
the layman may not understand it, but your ranking in the Committee of Nations is dependent on what you have in your
foreign reserve.
That's why when you see some countries doing well, others are afraid of them because they know they can pull from the arsenal and decide to spend on weapons. They know they can declare war. And that's where your strength lies.
Okay.
Because your bank, your account, it shows how solid you are. And some people always think about some of these things in Naira. Somebody said during the week that until when he thought back and tried to convert $1 billion into Naira was when he realized that $1 billion means a lot.
A lot.
Because you are thinking of, okay, we just moved from $42 billion to $43 billion. Do you know that the quantum of money, $1 billion?
Something went into it for you to get to 43.
Yes. So it's
progress.
Exactly, it's progress.
Because the last time we got there was about, was it 8 years ago, where we had 42. So where this government
and it's growing,
and it's taking it to, it's impressive. It's something
that's despite the fact that we've had to pay those creditors, you know,
the
those airlines and all that. You know?
If we hadn't paid them, I'm sure maybe we'll be in the
we'll be around 60 something.
How do we
right
sustain this progress?
You know, we have to continue to ramp up production.
That's it.
Yes, production will really help us. Our balance of trade is getting better because we are able to do a lot more. Look at what the states are sharing amongst themselves. And it is not just oil revenue. It is not just oil receipts. Across the board, you are seeing the different revenue generating agencies, you know.
We know what custom is bringing, we know what...
So progress is being made.
Yeah.
I never knew that we could get to a time when these states will be sharing more than 2 trillion in 1 month. Well, that's what they did about 2 months ago. They shared more than 2 trillion amongst themselves.
2.3.
Yeah.
A state in this country got about 70 billion in a month.
Wow.
70 billion. People who argue, they devalue the Naira. How come states are now able to pay their debt than before? It's because they have excess
That's
money.
a strong argument.
All of the governors that I met, I was with the governor of Akwa Ibom last week. He said the same thing. He said we're able to do more now because of the reforms that the president came up with. We now earn more from the distributable revenue from the center. We earn more now. So because more funds are coming, we're able to think of, okay, why don't we do this? It's the same thing that the governor of Kwara State told me. He probably is watching me. So this is not invented. The governor of Kwara told me that he has done more in 2 years than he did in 4 years. He's alive. It's not me saying it. But the people of Kwara can look around and see where they didn't have roads.
There are roads now.
They now have roads.
Bridges.
You know, those things are clear signs that, look, yes, subsidy has been removed, but money has now been put, more money has now been put in the hands of the governors to enable them do more for their people.
Where it should rightly be.
Yes.
Not in the hands of the marketers. They will
do all the paperwork from here, but and they will collect subsidy funds, but they will sell the product on the high sea, in the black market. In some cases, they will divert it to Benin Republic. There was nothing they didn't do to us. So, and that's why many people felt that this subsidy, what are we really? Nigerians, look, for the people who are adept at preaching bad news, you know, food prices are going down. Food prices going down. We are going to do, my church, we are going to celebrate 20 years. And I saw their budget for rice. They wrote 60,000. I said, are you sure?
Are you sure it's right?
He said, no, the worst is 62,000. That's the current price. I'm not saying this behind their back.
100, 110.
There was a time we were getting in for 110. So, I don't always agree with him because he abuses people just anyhow. But he said, you are attacking me because I said food prices are coming down.
This is the
when
truth.
I said they were going up, did you attack me?
Exactly.
Do you not expect me to say the truth? If you go to northern Nigeria and see the full effect, the full range of declining food prices, there's not even some. We analyze it here that some farmers are even not happy.
Exactly, because they are not.
Yes, because the prices are lower than they expected.
Yeah, exactly.
But the reality is, prices are going down. And that is one reason behind the declining inflationary trend. There's nothing anybody can. Yeah, because food inflation is a key component of it, and now it's going down. And just as you suggested during one of the program, that shouldn't the CBN now look at the the
interest rate.
Interest rate. They've now gone ahead to say, okay, let's reduce it by basic points.
Absolutely. All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our next conversation.